Well, there are 8 attendees, so they probably didn't follow the instructions.
I'm not sure. Wayne.
Has the host stopped my video?
Yeah. Well, it's everybody's. He's the only one who's got his turned on.
What did I do?
I'm getting the net information for the net report.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody raised their hand.
So we got 9 on now. And looks like people begin to get in now. Well, I must have broadcasted the meeting ID and people are using it.
Well,
We changed the CW ID to the meeting ID.
What'd you say, Butch?
Oh, what I've heard is they're having to manually copy the ID in, and then they're getting on.
Oh, okay.
Now everybody can start the video. Sorry, I had it turned off somewhere.
Okay.
Well, Mac just came on 2 meters and said when he tried to get the link, he got the message saying it had expired.
I wonder if he used the wrong email.
I used a panelist link, but it worked just fine for me.
Yeah, me too.
Gene just called and said that he got a webinar has expired message when he clicked on the link. So I don't know.
Yeah, so my video's still off.
You want
You had it start, Joe, after he enabled it. You got that?
Yep, got it now.
see webinars. Well, the webinar is green on the Zoom website.
You see that message from John Newman said that clicked on the website and automatically had to copy the ID in and then it worked.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. So I apologize if I screwed up
No problem.
somewhere.
Sure, you'll fix it. Can you resend that email or something?
I can, but I don't know if it will change anything. Let me...
Guess you could put in a note to paste the meeting ID or something. That seems to work.
Ah, okay. I see. I see what it is. So the hyperlink in the email links to last month's webinar, but if you just copy and paste the text, it works. So that's really weird. Well, let me try and fix that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can just announce that maybe on the repeaters or something. Maybe people will listen.
I'm going to repost the link on the website. For some reason, it didn't update the actual link. It just updated the text. Super weird. All right. The real link is on the website.
We got 15 people on, so we're getting there.
Okay. I just tested the link and it seems to work on the website.
We picked up a couple more, so it's working.
Josh,
Yes.
you either have very bright monitors or lights keyed on you.
Yeah, so there's a window right there.
Yeah.
I need to block it out.
Must be a
Yeah.
west-facing window.
Yeah. Actually north, or south.
Hey, Butch, why don't you broadcast one more time on the repeater that you get the link off the website. It's fixed now. Just to
There's
make
20 people there too, so it's grown.
we're coming, yeah.
It's W85SLG. Josh has reposted the link to the meeting on the website. Reload the link on the website. It should let you in now. W85SLG.
We should do more Zoom meetings. These are chaos.
The last few went pretty well. This
This is only my fourth today.
Oh, wow.
Hope the other three went better.
Yeah.
we'll give it about 4 more minutes. And Butch, then you can check, see if anybody's still trying to get on that wants to get on. And if not, we'll go ahead and proceed.
Well, I haven't heard anybody calling back on the repeater. I've still got it running right here and I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah.
I've got it running too, so we're up to 23 attendees, so it's grown.
Yeah.
So anybody out there still having troubles? It's WA5SLG.
E5FH. Still having trouble.
Okay, Mac, Josh reposted it on the website. So have you been able to reload and get the corrected posting on the website and see if it should go?
You could simulcast the audio. Just anybody who's talking, just throw their call sign out every once in a while.
Sounds like Mac's the only one that's trying to get on that hadn't been able to, that at least has a radio on.
Yeah, we're up to what, 29:30. There's somebody else that's joined.
And there's some people watching on YouTube as well. So I think we're good to go if you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm ready. Did you find out if Mac got on there yet or not?
Mac, have you made it? AE5FH, WA5SLG.
Thanks, Butch. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong now. Listen in.
Okay, Mac.
Okay, well, what about wait till 10 after, then we'll get started. 2 more minutes.
Yeah, 5JM. Yeah, 5HUP.
KI5HUP. Oh, wait a minute. KI5HUP, AF5JM.
And video, but no audio. Where is the volume control on the computer?
It'll be one of the function keys on the keyboard. I can't tell you which one. You can look down there by the clock and I should see a little earphone. Oh,
I would click on that and turn it up with the mouse. Got it pulled up on my cell phone. I can hear it through the cell phone, but I just can't hear on the computer. I may just leave it like this.
okay. Looks like Larry was having audio problems on the computer, but he's listening on the phone, so he's good.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started then. Are we ready, Josh?
I guess I should unmute myself, but yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right, welcome to the June meeting of the Tyler Amateur Radio Club via Zoom, unfortunately, but we'll have to make the best of it. And I know we've had a little problems, and hopefully everybody's able to get on. And if you have not been able to get on, well, you probably won't hear this, but anyway, you can call for help on the repeater, and someone can help you. But I'm Joe Lisbony, president of the Tyler Amateur Radio Club, and with me on Zoom are Vice President Michael Fowler, W5FOW, and Treasurer Josh Kaufman, KE5FGC, Member at Large Butch Adair, WA5SLG, and Member at Large Jack Malone, AF5JM, and our repeater trustee Wayne Hoskins, WM5Q. And welcome everyone to the June meeting. Hopefully all the members that wanted to get in were able to, and any visitors are welcome. I know that we're streaming this on Facebook, so there may be some visitors, and appreciate you listening in tonight. So we'll start with the net report. Michael.
Right off the bat, here we go. So we had some nets since the last Zoom meeting, but the first time was Memorial Day on the 25th of May, and we had no net on the Memorial Day, so I'm not going to count that one. On June 1st, we had 51 check-ins on the 2-meter Monday Night Net. On the 8th of June, we had 50 check-ins, and on the 15th this week, we had 48, which is approximately 50 check-ins on the 2-meter net. I feel like that's a pretty big number. It's doing pretty good.
All right, thank you, Michael. Also, on the 10-meter net on Sunday nights, we've averaged probably somewhere around 15 check-ins, so we've done really well there. And the 10-meter band's been open every now and then. We had a few out of the area people check in every now and then, so that's going well. So moving over to Wayne for the repeater report.
Thanks, Joe. Well, the 9.6. First, the repeaters are working, or at least they seem to be. The 9.6 still has its chop problem, and I've got 2 ideas left on what to replace to fix that. And I'm planning to go out there sometime this weekend, if everything works out, to take a look at that and see if we can fix it, or at least not make it any worse.
All right, thank you, Wayne. Back to Josh for the treasurer's report and a report on our current membership and how we're standing on dues.
All right. Currently, we have $86.72 in the bank. The only expenditure that we had was the $415 for the Aero antennas, which will actually recoup that as we're selling those to the club members. We have 69 active members, and I did go to the P.O. box today, so if you had sent in your renewal in the past month or so, I did go to the P.O. box today, and there were 4 envelopes in there, and all of those have been processed and are being deposited in a couple days to the bank. So if you have any issues renewing or have any questions, please go to the website, renew online. That renewal is now instantaneous if you fill out the form correctly. The script will renew your membership, and that's really all I got.
All right, thank you, Josh. Anyone from ETEX, John or Mark there, can give us a update on what's going on with ETEX, any upcoming events?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Just the only thing that we've got going on that we found out about 2 days ago, and we're kind of waiting to get a little bit more detail on it, but there is going to be an exercise Saturday, the day of field day, Saturday the 27th in the morning at 8:30. The Regional Advisory Council, which is oversees all the hospitals in the area, has asked us to do a very brief exercise. They have to, evidently they have a box they have to check saying that they've done an exercise with ham radio. And so we're going to do, and I will be sending out an email with all the details of this, but it's going to be very brief. It's just going to be a resource net on the eText system starting at 8:30 on the 27th. And it would just be a matter of operators checking in. This is going to be a wide area net. The NCTC system and the eText system will be connected together because it's the Regional Advisory Council covers all the way up all of Northeast Texas. So we're going to use the NCTC system and invite some of the Aries ECs up in the northern part of our area to join in as well. So it would just be a net check-in with your name or your call, and a virtual location, just made up a location for a hospital in your particular area. And that's basically going to be it. There's going to be an opportunity to also send a WinLink message directly to the rack. And we'll get those details out to everybody. But that's basically all I have, Joe.
All right. Thanks a lot, John. We appreciate it. I know everyone's looking forward to field day, and this will just be an added adventure there, and kind of show people what we're doing while we're out taking care of field day. Up next, Butch, give us a report on how the testing went.
Okay, the June session, we had 3 candidates, 1 new technician and 2 existing hams upgrading, 1 from tech to general and another from general to extra. And the next session will be July the 12th. And at the request of the Red Cross, we're not accepting walk-ins. You have to make reservations. The best way to do that is send an email to me, and I have to have a phone number where I can contact you the day before, which would be July the 11th. But outside of that, we're trying to get back into the normal swing of once a month testing like we were doing, with just a few extra conditions for the Red Cross.
All right, thank you, Butch. So is Gene there with any regulatory changes or any updates? I don't know if he's on or not.
I have no information to add. Haven't seen anything, so I've been watching, but I haven't seen anything.
All right, thank you. The only thing I know of is from the ARRL was talking about the update for field day. So we may go back to Wayne and see if he can update us on the change about field day while we're thinking about it.
Okay. And for those of you who have forgotten or didn't know, field day is next weekend, a week and a couple of days from now. Let me turn the radio off there. So the league has changed a rule that's been a field day rule that's been there forever, that prohibited regular home stations from working each other for points. So you could work them, but you couldn't count them for points. They've removed that for this year, or put in an exception, since most everybody who's going to be doing field day is going to be doing it from home, or a lot of people are. So you can work any Class D stations from home without having to, set up a generator or anything like that. And also, since there aren't going to be many club stations operating for field day, they're going to print a club aggregate score as well. So everybody, when you submit your field day summary sheet, put Tyler ARC in the club name, and in addition to our individual scores, they're going to have a section with the club aggregates, so we at least get club recognition. And again, that's next weekend, the 27th and 8th or something like that. There you go.
All right, thank you, Wayne. I know everybody was looking forward to getting together for field day, but we'll just have to make do this year, and maybe next year that'll happen. And the next on our agenda was attendance, and I had Josh down, but I can look at the screen and tell we have 31 participants, including the panelists. So that's pretty good. As far as the next meeting goes, still up in the air. We're waiting for the Shiloh Road Church of Christ to give us the okay when they approve meetings on their campus for other than worship. And right now, those are all canceled until further notice. So as soon as we get the word from them, we'll let everyone know, and we'll plan the, hopefully it will happen by the next meeting. If not, the one after that, and we'll let you know. And is Patrick Brown out there? I don't know if he's on tonight or not. Yes, not. I was going to see if he had anything on resumption of licensing classes, but I guess he's not on. So whenever he gets ready to start the licensing classes back up, or when the library allows that, we'll let everyone know that also. But right now, I'm sure they haven't approved that. Then moving on to old business, the Arrow antennas that we ordered are in, and I did receive them. All got here in good shape, and I've talked to a few people that ordered them, but right now, if you've ordered some, give me a call at my number is 702-556-5602, and I'm on the club roster. You can get my number there. But let's see, we have Tommy Brown, KG5 KEH, has one antenna that's in. Ricky Griffith, KC5 JTB, he has an antenna. Keith Paris, WB5 RBA, has an antenna, and JD Brown, KG5 PXO. And the other people I didn't mention, I've already spoken to. So if those persons can give me a call, and we'll figure out how to get your antennas to you. They finally did come in and not damaged or anything, and look nice. Okay, moving on down the list. Just like to say, if you're not an ARRL member, please consider joining, because we are an ARRL affiliated club. And also, if you don't recall, the Board of Trustees had voted to allow up to 4 scholarships for ARRL membership. So if you're financially challenged at the moment and you want to become a ARRL member, just let me or one of the board members know, and we have approved up to 4 scholarships to do that. And it's worth it just to get the magazine. And they actually, when you get online with them now, if you're a member, there's some additional magazines they have. So anyway, and also anyone who is not paid their dues and for some reason can't afford that, we've are offering 4 free memberships to people who wouldn't otherwise be able to be a member of the club. Just contact me or one of the board members, and we'll take care of that for you. As you may recall, one of our goals was to get some stations for new hams, new technicians, and new generals, UHF, VHF stations, and a HF station. And we made quite a bit of headway in that area. We picked up some equipment that last sale. We've had some donations. We've had club members that have donated equipment and programmed radios and things. So as it stands right now, we have 4 or 5 VHF, UHF radios, and I know we have 3 or 4 UHF radios are already programmed and will work. I have 2 power supplies that I'm checking out, and we have the antenna. We have 2 antennas and coax, so we should be able to get 2 of them set up if those power supplies work. And not, we'll have to see if I can fix those power supplies or procure some more. We also have we were able to pick up at the sale a Yaesu FT857, which is a HF, VHF, and UHF, and also with it an LDG AT-11 MP auto tuner. And I had an Astron 35 amp power supply from a previous estate sale, or a donation actually. So I have 1 HF station configured now, and we have the coax and the wires and stuff to make some antennas. And I have another power supply if I can get fixed, and another Kenwood radio that I'm working on. If we can get that fixed, we'll have 2 HF stations. So we're making progress towards that. So if you are a new technician or a new general and you do not have a radio and you want to get on the air and get the feel of it and see how everything works before you go out and buy a radio, or if you can't afford to buy a radio now, contact me or one of the board members, and we will try to get you set up. Now, the board still needs to determine the guidelines for loaning the stations to club members. And first of all, you do have to be a club member, and then we will determine, what the criteria and how long you can keep it, and those sort of things. We haven't come up with the rules yet, but the ideal is to get, if you get your license, we want you to get on the air, get the feel of it on the VHF and UHF, and on the HF bands. You may have noticed recently, 6 meters has been open, 2 meters, on FM and sideband, 2 meters has been open, 40 has just really been open. And actually with this, I was testing out the little Yaesu radio we acquired. I worked a special event station in Mexico and another station on 10 meters. So 10 meters is open also. So it's kind of getting exciting out there. So if you want to get on the air and haven't been able to, this could be your opportunity. So moving on to a new business. We've looked at how we could do the election, and we finally came to the conclusion that the Board of Trustees decided that because of the circumstances and we have unopposed positions, the slate of officers is unopposed. So I'm going to turn this over to Michael Fowler. He's the on the election committee. So I'll turn it to Michael, and he can, we're going to try to go ahead and get through the election tonight if no one has any objections. So Michael.
Well, thank you. For those who may be new to the club, we do actually hold elections normally in person at the May meeting. But, with all this going on, this is what's happened. And what we'd like to do is, due to a lot of unknowns and things like that, we'd like to go ahead and, put forth the proposition to the meeting this evening that we basically accept the unopposed candidates basically by acclamation. They're running unopposed. Even if we were in person, they would just pretty much become board members. So we were basically doing that. And I'll put up on the screen here the candidates. These are the candidates for the board for the 2020-2021 year. We've got our president, Joe, begrudgingly coming back, WB5 STV. Vice President Patrick Brown, AK5TX. Secretary Treasurer Josh Kaufman, K5FGC. At large, Jack Malone, AF5JM, and a new ham and new club member for at large, Larry Childers, KI5HUP. And as long as, as long as we don't hear a lot of backlash about this, we're going to go ahead and move forward with this board from this point forward as the board going on for the rest of the year until next May. So I know that normally we have a much better way of doing this, and it's just we're having to make changes with all the lockdown and not being able to meet. And we also normally give out a ham of the year. And so far, I would prefer to not do that until we could meet in person. That's more of a congratulations type thing. And I feel like it doesn't have the kind of the same weight maybe as if we could meet in person, but the board I'm sure would take suggestions for that as well, with the current state of things. So that's really all I had. And I mean, really, that's it. And it's pretty simple. So that's all I got.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Josh has put up a poll on the screen, so if you want to vote now on your computer or phone, you can do that to indicate whether you approve that. And hopefully we can get this taken care of tonight and press on and look for better times ahead.
Looks like 26 out of 29. Oh, I guess I don't get to vote. 26 out of 29 said yes. Nobody clicked no. So I think the yeses have it.
Okay, well, thank all of you for voting and your patience in these trying times, and hopefully things will improve soon. And so we'll get this new board assembled and get to work trying to serve you members of the Tyler Amateur Radio Club. Let's see if anything else here.
Yes, Bob has raised his hand, and if I've unmuted you, Bob, if you want to speak, or you can unmute yourself rather. There you go.
I had a quick question about, and if John Newman's on, maybe he could answer it, but if not, Josh, maybe you can answer it. John had said earlier that the proceeds from his sale of that equipment, he was going to split between ETEX and TARC. And I was just wondering, has that been determined yet, what TARC's share of that might be? And maybe Josh, you know, and John, if you're still on, maybe you haven't added all up the proceeds so far. But that was my question.
Okay. The TARC portion was $832.50. That was after the proceeds were split, and then the TRC used a little bit of the funds to acquire the radio equipment, and we were left with $832.50. That answer
That's
your question?
outstanding. Yes, thank you. That's outstanding.
Wonderful.
Okay, Josh, this is Elaine. I have a question.
Yes.
I didn't get to vote.
Interesting.
You know, both of us have a license here.
You can send a vote in via email, and we can add it to the tally if that works for you.
That'll work.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have any other business? Any other questions? Nothing heard. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And hopefully the next time we see each other will be in person. But if not, we will press on and do the best we can and hopefully keep amateur radio alive in the Tyler area. So good night and good DX. Get on the air. Things are happening now. It's better than it's been in a while.
All right. Good night, everyone.